Hello and welcome to a great day with Hunter Mizar. Today's special guest is Tatem Clary, and Tatem is a very talented young lady who is involved in so many different things in the school. She is ASB president, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. She is also on the homecoming court right now, and she's a cheerleader. And so, Tatem, welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about cheerleading, because this has kind of been one of the things you've been known for. When did it really start for you?
Ever since I was little. We had little girls cheerleading camps over the summer, and I would participate every summer.
We're talking first grade?
As soon as you can start, yes, first grade.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Were you kind of pushed that way by your parents, or?
No, it's definitely I wanted to do it.
Okay.
Yes.
So doing it this long, I mean, have you felt burned out about doing it?
Kind of towards the end of each season, you kind of get a little bit burnt out, but it's not like, I love the sport, I love doing it, it's fun.
I think people, to me, they misinterpret cheerleading. And they almost make it sound like there's like real sports, and then cheerleader just kind of like fool around on the sides, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it's physical. I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me about the schedule of cheerleaders, because it's not just the football season right now. When do you start, and how long does it go for?
So we usually have tryouts like April, May, and April towards May.
Okay.
And then it's tryouts, and then we kind of have like a month off. And then we have practices over the summer.
Okay.
And then once school starts...
And that's outside, right?
It's either
I've seen you down at the park sometimes.
Yeah, because then we have little girls cheer camp.
100 degrees outside, and you guys are working, okay?
Yeah, or we try to get in the oxygen, but most of the time during summer it's kind of outside.
Okay.
Once school starts, we have morning practices. I start at 6:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
So every morning, and then we're supposed to in October start evening practices, but usually basketball takes over the gym, so then we have to stick with morning practices.
Right. Is the routine the same for football and basketball, or does it change any with sports?
It kind of changes just because football is outside, like there's different cheers that we do for football versus basketball. And then I feel like we're a little bit more prepared for basketball season, like when it comes to stunting and stuff like that, because we've just been stunting way more.
Yeah. Now you're a flyer.
Yes.
Which means when we look at that pyramid, and at the very top, there you are.
Yeah.
And that was by choice? I mean, so you're smaller, so that makes sense, but I mean, did you want to be up there? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. I love flying.
It's crazy to me sometimes to see you way up there and then just to flop down. I mean, you can tell us, you can be honest. You ever gotten hurt? Ever had some drops?
There was freshman year. There's like a thing called paper dolls, so like it's like all the groups in a line.
Right.
And I fell forward.
Ooh.
And like there was no way of catching me, and I fell like that. And like that was like my first like actual real scare.
Yeah.
And then after that I just like got back up. Kept going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you guys do more than just sports, so you compete throughout the year too, right?
Yeah. We don't start competing until January. We have like a pre kind of thing just to get judges' feedback, and then we go to districts, and then if we qualify for state, go to state.
Okay. You guys have done quite well in the past.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're running 17 district championships.
Wow. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the things, so, as I'm watching you out there cheerleading, you're always smiling. Like, you're always just so happy. But I don't think that's fake. Like, I think that's genuinely who you are. I mean, it's almost like you were designed to be a cheerleader. Where does that come from, that just energetic, happy spirit? Have you ever thought about that?
I don't know. I've just always felt like being a pretty happy person.
Yeah. I love it. So, you're the ASB president right now, which is different than just over your class.
Yeah.
So what is ASB president? What are some responsibilities?
So now, because it's homecoming week, we plan like the last few weeks we've been planning for homecoming. So like the dress up days, what we do during every assembly, and just like more. Yeah, it's just everything with the school.
Yeah.
We're in charge of.
Yeah. So it's more than just a great parking spot.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm sure it's a lot of work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you're royalty right now, homecoming royalty. And you kind of come from a lineage of that. So your mom was a homecoming queen, your sister was that as well. So yeah, it kind of runs in the family. That's one of the questions I'm curious for you. The Clarys are well known in the community. So I love your parents, and your mom was a great florist. I think probably knows everybody in town. Your dad, of course, runs small town fitness, and he's well known as well. Do you feel a pressure of like these iconic parents? I mean, they were grand marshals for the Weiser Fiddle Fest one year. Have you felt pressure? Or have you kind of figured out like, no, this is who I am. This is kind of my own.
I don't think I've ever really been pressured by them.
Yeah.
It's just like how I've grown up.
Sure. Yeah. Now, you didn't necessarily start school in the public school, so you were homeschooled. I don't know if people knew that or not, but so you were homeschooled for the first couple of years?
Yeah, until second grade, and then second grade and on I've been in public school.
Was that your choice, or how did that transition go?
I don't even really remember.
It was so long ago.
Yeah, it was such a long time ago. I assume Quincy, my older sister, wanted to go to public school or whatever. My parents were just gonna do at home anymore.
Yeah, I mean, was it difficult to make that transition into?
Not really. I don't remember it being super difficult.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Now you were born and raised in Weiser, right? So this has kind of been all that you've known in Weiser. That's good or bad, I think, in some ways. I mean, everyone knows you, but that everybody knows you, so that's kind of a little bit challenge. I mean, how have you felt as a kid growing up in Weiser? What's been your experience in this community?
I like how small Weiser is. I don't think I would enjoy living in Boise or some big old city.
Yeah.
I like living in small little old Weiser.
Sure. Now, here's the amazing thing, is you're so active. You're not only a great cheerleader and you're ASB president, all these other things, but you take academics like really seriously.
Yes.
I mean, like almost a weird intensity about it. Really high GPS. You always really challenge yourself. So you're a graduating senior. What does the future look like? A year from now, what's kind of the plan? Do you have a plan?
I definitely want to go to college.
Okay.
That's still undecided. But I want to start my own business.
Okay.
Definitely. Taking after my mom and my dad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Any particular field, or you just see what
I
happens?
want to be a wedding planner. That's the goal. It just seems like a fun job for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you're so driven that makes sense that you want to do something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know that part of being ASB president, sometimes people look at you a little bit differently. I mean, do you feel like people have sometimes looked at you like, oh, you're snobby, or you just seem like such a genuinely nice person? I mean, how do you feel like the students interact with you, as far as, do you see a lot of cliques forming in the school, or do you feel like there's kind of like this, oh, she's this kind of cheerleader and this person that's kind of standoffish, or do you feel like, no, people can relate to you and they respond well to you?
I feel like they respond well to me. I feel like I've, already before ASB, I was known throughout the school. I feel like I'm a genuinely nice person and people are nice to me back.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I don't think they think of me differently.
Sure. I mean, it's amazing when people are nice, how it's easy to be nice to them. And, I think that's one of the things that I've seen in you, is you're just genuinely a nice, caring person. And part of it is, I think that you've kind of stayed grounded in your own value system, and you've stayed grounded in who you are and haven't kind of lost an idea of who you are. So certainly one of the things that I'm always impressed by is how much you care for little kids. And that's kind of been something that you've always been a part of. I mean, tell me a little bit more about your kindness to kids. I've seen you with young cheerleaders and different kids, at different events. I mean, where does that come from?
I don't know. I just had many opportunities working with little kids and teaching them, like at cheer camp. I'm surrounded by them for a whole week. Yeah. And then just soccer camps here, Easter, church here. Yeah. I'm always surrounded by kids. Working at the pool, I'm by kids constantly. Yeah. Teaching children's church here. Yeah.
How did the lifeguarding go for you? I mean, that was another big commitment here in the community, and
yes, it was good. I've worked there for 3 years now, so I've gotten kind of used to things. Yeah. Yeah, it's going good.
Yeah, nothing crazy happened there this year. I mean, it seemed like things were.
It was pretty smooth this year.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Tate, you're just a wonderful person, and I'm excited for your future. I mean, I think you have so many great things going for you, and I'm excited to see you cheer for our football team and for the basketball team coming up as well, and just all the things that you're going to do, because I think you have a great future ahead of you. Well, I want to thank you for watching A Great Day with Hunter Mizar on Living in the News. We're going to see you real soon.